Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Let's begin with the headlines.
President Al-Alimi leaves Cairo following invitation from Egyptian President Al-Sisi.
Prime Minister Ben Break concludes official visit to Doha.
United Nations reports record surge in settlers attacks across the occupied West Bank.
Welcome once again, and here are the details. We begin our news bulletin tonight with the President's official activities, where President Dr. Rashad Mohammed Al-Alimi, President of the Presidential Leadership Council, has concluded a visit to the Egyptian capital, Cairo, at the invitation of President Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi to attend the grand inauguration of the Egyptian Museum.
In a statement to Saba News Agency, President Al-Alimi expressed his deep appreciation to President Al-Sisi and the Egyptian people for their warm hospitality and impressive organization of the event, praising the museum as a symbol of Egypt's cultural and architectural renaissance.
The President also reaffirmed Yemen's commitment to strengthen cooperation with Egypt and lauded Cairo's pivotal role in defending Arab causes and its efforts to secure a ceasefire in Gaza and ease the suffering of the Palestinian people.
President Al-Alimi was seen off at Cairo International Airport by senior Egyptian officials and Yemeni diplomats, marking the conclusion of a visit that further underscored the depth of Yemeni-Egyptian relations.
Prime Minister Salim Saleh Ben Break concluded his official visit after participating in the second Global Summit on Social Development, organized by the United Nations and the State of Qatar.
During the visit, the Prime Minister held extensive talks with Qatari Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, discussing ways to expand cooperation in economic, developmental and infrastructure projects, as well as in education, health and energy.
He also met with Qatar's Minister of State of International Cooperation, Dr. Mariam Al-Misnet, to explore ways to strengthen development and humanitarian partnership supporting Yemen's recovery and institutional reforms.
Before departing, the Prime Minister expressed his deep appreciation to the Qatari leadership and people for their hospitality, describing the visit as a new chapter of cooperation, strengthens Yemen ties with its regional and international partners.
Turning now to the Regional Sports Cooperation, Republic of Yemen participated in the opening ceremony of the 6th edition of the Islamic Solidarity Games 2025, hosted by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in the capital Riyadh.
Yemen's delegation was headed by Minister of Youth and Sports Naif Al-Bakri, joining more than 3,000 male and female athletes from 57 Islamic countries, competing across over 22 sport disciplines.
This year's edition, recognized as the third largest multi-sport event after Olympics and Asian Games, features competitions in athletics, swimming, handball, fencing, volleyball, judo, taekwondo, weightlifting, and equestrian sports, alongside camel racing and e-sports introduced for the first time. The Games aim to promote unity, peace, and friendship among Islamic nations, while showcasing athletic excellence and cultural diversity across the Muslim world.
In heritage and cultural development news, Hadramaut Governor Mabhout bin Madi met today in Mukalla with delegation from United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, headed by regional representative for the Gulf States and Yemen, Saleh Khalid, to discuss cooperation in preserving cultural heritage and future projects in the governorate.
The talks focused on the expanding early warning systems in Shibam to cover all Hadramaut districts, supporting the restoration of historical buildings, and involving civil society institutions in upcoming partnerships to safeguard the region's cultural and historical legacy.
The UNESCO official outlined the organization's upcoming plans, which include sport for education, science, early learning, cultural heritage, and youth empowerment, with focus on protecting Hadramaut's rich historical identity.
Governor Ben Madi commended UNESCO's ongoing efforts to restoring Shibam's heritage sites, stressing the importance of preserving Hadramaut's unique character, a living museum that stands as one of Yemen's most treasured cultural landmarks.
Continuing Yemen's active diplomatic engagements, a delegation from the Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Fisheries held talks in Paris with officials from the French Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries to strengthen cooperation in marine resource management and sustainable fishing practices.
The Yemeni delegation, led by Undersecretary for Fisheries Production and Marketing Ghazi Al-Ahmar, discussed mechanisms for monitoring fishing activities, developing aquaculture and enhancing technical and training exchanges between the two sides.
During the visit, the delegation reviewed operations at the French Fisheries Monitoring Center in Brittany. They toured several institutions including the European and International Affairs Office and the National School of Maritime Service to explore France's advanced system for tracking fishing vessels via satellite and managing maritime resources electronically.
In environmental cooperation news, the Republic of Yemen took part in the 37th meeting of parties to the Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer, held in Nairobi, Kenya.
The Yemeni delegation was led by Abdus Salam Al-Awadi, acting ambassador and permanent representative to the United Nations Environment Programme, who reaffirmed Yemen's commitment to implementing the Montreal Protocol and its intent to join the KGL amendment despite challenges posed by the Houthi militia's actions.
Al-Awadi praised the protocol's success as a model of international environmental cooperation and called for renewing the multilateral fund for the 2027-2029 period to ensure the sustainability of global environmental efforts.
The meeting brought together representatives from the member states and environmental organizations to assess progress in ozone protection and reinforce commitments to climate action and green development.
In economic and cultural development news, final preparations have been completed for the first ever honey festival in Shabwa Governorate, organized by the Office of Agriculture and Irrigation cooperation with the Office of Industry and Trade and supported by the local authority.
The festival, set to begin next Monday and run for 3 days, aims to promote the agricultural sector and rural economy while showcasing the exceptional quality of Shabwa honey, considered among the finest in Yemen and the wider region.
According to the Director of Agriculture, Fahd Mabrouk, the event will feature exhibitions of local beekeepers and producers, along with sessions on modern apiculture techniques, production improvement, packaging and marketing, all designed to boost the honey's competitive value in both local and international markets. The festival reflects Shabwa's growing role in promoting sustainable agriculture and rural enterprise and in highlighting Yemen's rich natural heritage.
In the occupied Palestinian territories, the United Nations has reported a sharp escalation in settler violence across the West Bank, described last month as the deadliest on the record since monitoring began nearly 2 decades ago.
According to the UN,
this has been the news from Saba Satellite Channel from Marib. Thank you for watching and have a good time.